Hello everyone, welcome to a quick video on the Siblings Zen channel. My name is Wingless and this is going to be a short video on talking points regarding a lot of what's going on behind the scenes with MrBeast video. This is a segment we've been wanting to do for a little while called Talking with the Siblings. So if you ever want to have discussions like this, join us in the chat and just have serious conversations sometimes on like what's bothering people or what's not bothering people and what's actually exciting people in the mainstream. But this one was definitely directed towards the MrBeast video with the wells and kind of talking a bit about the other videos that he's made in his philanthropy stuff. So hope you enjoy. Let us know what you think. I've actually been enjoying today. I actually called the stream like a serious talk stream and just grinding. I was looking to talk about this. I mentioned it a little bit in Beefy's stream yesterday. It goes to the whole like thing that we were talking about today so far. It's just like how there's just bad actors everywhere. But one that bothers me so much is the ones that just do it for the sake of being like malicious for no reason other than like they have to like try to show up someone for no reason at all. The one that pissed me off the most recently is the one for MrBeast. MrBeast recently, I'll explain where I feel that there's fault on MrBeast's side, but at the end of the day, it's MrBeast promoting saying that, oh, we've installed 100 wells in Africa.
Oh, that?
Yeah, and you've got a bunch of people that are like attacking MrBeast, being like, how dare you think that we need to be fixed and that only the white person could do it? And I'm like, he didn't just go there and like put a gun to people's heads and say, hey, we're gonna drill a hole in your village.
He also like helped out the schools as well. He didn't just put 100 wells and say good luck. He also like helped out the local schools and stuff like that.
But it's
and like the thing is, it was like they weren't liking that like it's just because he's white and he thinks they're white knight shining armor.
Yeah,
like, he's doing it because no one else did. He literally said it in one of the videos. Like the only reason I'm doing this is because I have the opportunity to, and no one else is. If someone else was doing it, he probably wouldn't be doing it as much as he is. Instead, just no one else is doing it, and they complain whenever I do it because I'm white.
So there's a lot of that going on, but it's also the fact like one of the top attackers starts going like, well, Africa is not that poor. They don't need these wells. They're not even wells. They're boreholes. And then so how dare he calls them wells? And it's just like, okay, first of all, Mr. Scientist, nobody knows what a borehole is, okay? And if they do, congratulations, you know what a borehole is. I would say 8 out of 10 people though don't know what a borehole is. So the guy is complaining about like specifics about like how MrBeast is naming the videos. I'm sorry, no one's gonna want to watch a video called I did 100 boreholes in Africa. No one understands that.
And like that's the point of the video.
Yeah,
like it's not clickbaiting. No one's gonna click on it.
So there's the clickbait aspect, but no one understands what that means. When you say well, people understand that, oh, it's to give people drinking water. So that's the whole message that is basically going out to the situation. So it's the same thing with the whole like seeing eye thing. I agree that it's misleading, but the intent of it is to get people to go watch the video and like show that like all the stuff was done. And I think that that's fine. And if you're gonna pay for 1,000 people's surgeries or whatever, yeah, you know what? I think you're allowed to make a video about it. Why not? Yeah. If you're gonna like do things like that, yeah, for the love of God, like I think that's fine. Like that's the least you could allow the guy to do, given that he's not charging anything. What's great is that in the video regarding the wells, I don't know if it's the well one or he did another one that was like sort of connected to the two, but literally they reached out to MrBeast to be like, hey, we need help. Would you by any chance be able to help us with our XYZ problem?
So, and then also, like, people complain about when he does, like, oh, I gave away this jet to a random viewer or whatever, when he, like, the last influencer take their hands off wins the jet.
Yeah.
And then they gave the jet to the person. And, like, oh, you just screwed that person over because he has to pay $300,000 in taxes. They don't understand that
he buys it
they
back.
take care of the tax And a lot of the times he buys it back for the value of what it's being sold at.
Because he can
and then gives them the money after the tax.
Because he can use it for another video, like blowing it up.
Yes. Or they just straight up sell it to someone who needs it.
I love how like he had to specify the Lamborghini he crushed, it was going to be crushed anyway because it was no longer operable. Because the minute that like people saw that he just destroyed a Lamborghini, they would have gone like up in arms. And I bet like people still didn't believe that what he said was true. And he's like, oh, he just had to say that to try to defend himself. He really destroyed a Lamborghini. Oh my God. It's just a lot of haters for the sake of hating. And it's just like, how dare you have a lot of money? I'm like, he earned it. He did it. And the fact
he's
that
not like flamboyant with his money like other people are, you know? He lives a very frugal life. He doesn't have $1 million mansion. He lives inside of his office.
Yeah, he literally lives inside of his
bedroom,
office.
Like a studio apartment, basically. It's a glorified studio apartment. He's like a bed, a TV, and a couch.
So it like that part's insane. And then you also have the fact that he's constantly just trying to make the next like entertaining content, but then literally has a whole thing devoted to doing benefits and helping right from the get-go. And you see all these haters coming out of the woodwork for this. And I'm just like, are these the same people that are yelling at the rich people and how, oh, well, we would have all these wonderful things if the rich would just take 1% of their money to pay for stuff because they could pay off everything? So you have people that are complaining that the rich aren't spending enough money. Then you've got a person who's rich, for all intents and purposes. Let's say that MrBeast is rich, and he's spending that money out to help people that are asking for it. He's not putting a gun to their heads and telling them, you take this or ultimatum. He's not telling no on anything. And people are pissed at that too? Well, do you want help or not? Or do you even care about other people? That's what pisses me off so much. Or like one with the 3 tanks. Yeah, the one with the tanks was funny. But you have literally the guy who's arguing about, well, Africa doesn't need clean water, they're fine. Speak for yourself. Where do you live compared to these places that are in rural areas? There's rural areas in Canada that have garbage water and they're getting sick. A lot of the Aboriginal locations and areas don't have proper water facilities and they don't have proper electricity and they don't have proper stuff. Oh, but they get tax redemptions and no. Yeah, so they should live in mud because the country basically took their land. And it's just, there's always an excuse as to like why we should be like mean to people and not like an excuse to like, hey, what if we were just all on the same page and everyone was treated equally? And you know, we were all wanting the best for everyone. And yeah, exactly. There are places in the US that are in the same boat as well. It's just insane the amount of like people that are just like hating on people for the sake of it. And this guy goes on about like how, oh, they're boreholes. What if they break later? What if they break later? Are they broken now? No. Yes, I would hope that like something is in place for that. If something stops working, that there is a solution for that, or that they have a solution for maintenance of all these borehole water sources. Sure. No, I agree with that completely. But that'd be the equivalent of like a solar farm or any other system or setup that is placed anywhere in the world. If I buy one from here, I would sure hope that like it would work after a while. Or like a car, you don't want the car to just because the car might get bad later on doesn't mean you don't buy the car. Yeah, everything breaks eventually. It's better than nothing. Won't hear them complain. You've got groups of people that are arguing these things, but even like the communities that were like, it kind of sucked that a guy like MrBeast came along and had to be able to just snap his fingers and be able to get these things done. And it would have been a much more powerful message that like our own community could have done this for ourselves, but we're so like placed into like hurdles that it's a lot harder to do. Basically, MrBeast was able to just pay off the hurdles, which is great. Other places just don't have that unlimited funds, but even they see that like this is going to benefit those locations. And on top of building all of the borehole waterways and all the stuff that they needed to get fresh water, oh, well, this place had like, they needed this bridge to be like a solid foundation for this bridge. Oh, I guess because the bridge could break later, we shouldn't touch anything. Let's leave this rickety one that looks like it's about to break in 2 seconds. That's the one that works more efficiently. So let's leave that one instead. No, he replaced it. This place needed a school, they installed a school. This other place, they needed like the jobs are to deliver like things to nearby areas, so they got like vehicles, stuff like that. Anyone to even look at that and go, how dare Mr. Beast help people? Are you insane? Everything breaks down, it's better than nothing. No, why people hating because the government is not doing it? And there could be reasons for the government not doing it, money-wise or whatever. And that's like one of the arguments too, is like every 5 years, every governmental person gets like a $33,000 car or something like that. Like there's always arguments about expenditures and stuff like that. So I get that, but no, like it's something I wanted to talk about because I felt like it was such like a ridiculous situation to see, and a lot of people were talking about it, and like at the end of the day, I don't care whose fault it is. Don't start attacking the person who comes in and goes, hey, I'm gonna help these people do this thing. Don't go, oh, well, you're not allowed, we want them to keep suffering. Excuse me? When stuff like that happens, yeah, you're the problem. But when you see that things happen and then you're attacking it, you're not only part of the problem, you're propagating even a worse message. Because now you're like, yeah, no one should help anyone. Don't bother helping people. No one's appreciative. No one cares. No one wants you. Like, what the hell? The mixed messages that people give about like what the rich should do is enough to be like annoying. But when you've got people that are like trying to tell like, oh, well, we don't need to be saved by the white person. Have you seen the videos? I see Mr. Beast and his crew of people. I would say maybe the video, the guy who handles the video is probably part of Mr. Beast's crew, which by the way, Mr. Beast's crew is multi-ethnic anyway, but let's just, for the sake of this argument, say that they're all white. Every time they showed a part of the video where things are being installed, things are being set up, things are being lugged around or whatever, it's local people. He's hiring the locals. He's spending money in the country for the country to build these things, meaning the technology is already there, the people are already having it established. Are you not wanting work for the people? Are you not wanting things to move forward? You have these people that they're just so blind to outside their little like living space that they don't do anything to help others, and they could just only criticize what others are doing. And it's just like, this is ridiculous. I just want people to be nice to people, be kind. No one deserves to be living in terrible conditions. People don't need to be like attacked all the time. And last thing you want to do too is start alienating people that are helping. Because then like you're gonna wonder like, oh, why aren't the rich people doing all the things? And then like there's always those arguments. But then when you turn around, when the rich are also doing what you've asked, I have no reason to believe Mr. Beast is not spending all of his money constantly trying to move things forward. He's done it since he started his thing. He started with soup kitchens. He's continued with a lot of other philanthropy stuff. And this is alongside making a lot of the videos. And he's not the only one. I just think he's one of the predominant one, but like you have a lot of YouTubers that do that. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is just me saying this. And I don't think it's every YouTuber, let's be fair. But I find that a lot of YouTubers are very like humbled, but when they get like a lot more money than they feel that they deserve, and they're doing charities, they're doing help work, they do massive donations, they do Mr. Beast spends more on other people than himself. Yeah, exactly. So that was a quick video on just the discussion points we had in one of our live streams. We were looking to refine that a little bit more, make it more of an ongoing series, maybe have a little bit more animation and us back and forth. But we definitely enjoyed having chat involved, having other content creators involved, just talking to us regarding the points that we were making. And it was actually a fun time of having a great conversations with the community. If you want to join us, don't hesitate to hit the link in the description to join our Discord, or just leave comments. What do you think about the points? Do you think that Mr. Beast was in the wrong? Do you feel that Mr. Beast was should be doing something else? Do you think he's doing a great job? All those points are valid, and we're definitely curious to hear from everyone in a more constructive, non-targeted manner type of thing, right? So please enjoy chatting in the comment section. Reach out to us as well. And until next time, have yourselves a wonderful night. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.